I noticed it in the space between words. Not the silence itself, but the way the silence no longer felt shared. We still sit in the same room. Still move around each other with familiarity. Still know where the other keeps things. From the outside, it probably looks like peace. But inside, something essential has gone quiet. It's strange how loneliness can exist right next to another person. Not the loneliness of absence, but the loneliness of not being reached. We wake up together. Exchange small practical sentences. Did you sleep? I'll make coffee. Don't forget your appointment. The words are polite. Efficient. They do their job. But they don't touch anything. There was a time when conversation meant discovery. When a look across the room could open a door. Now, conversations feel like maintenance. Necessary. Functional. Complete. But hollow. I find myself holding back thoughts. Not because they're unimportant, but because I don't know where to put them anymore. There used to be a place. A shared space where worries, hopes, and unfinished sentences could land. I'm not sure that space still exists. Sometimes I speak, and the words land softly, and stay there. No response. No curiosity. No follow-up. Not dismissed. Just absorbed and forgotten. That's the part that hurts the most. Not disagreement. Not conflict. But the feeling that what I say doesn't ripple anymore. I ask myself if I've changed. If I've become less interesting. Less alive. Less worth leaning into. I turn the question inward. Because it feels safer than turning it outward. There's a particular sadness in questioning your own value, while still loving the person beside you. We've built a life together. Shared history clings to the walls. There are memories in every room. Laughter that once filled the kitchen. Arguments that once mattered. Plans that once felt urgent. None of that disappeared. But it no longer moves between us. Love didn't end. It shifted. And no one tells you how disorienting that can be. There's care here. Concern. Responsibility. If one of us is sick, the other notices. If something is needed, it's done. This isn't neglect. Which makes it harder to name the loss. Because how do you grieve something that hasn't left? Intimacy didn't vanish overnight. It thinned. Conversation became surface level. Silences stretched longer. Questions stopped being asked. Not out of cruelty. Out of habit. Habit can be gentle. But it can also be numbing. Sometimes I want to say, "Do you still see me?" But the question feels too heavy to place in the room. What if the answer arrives? Not in words, but in avoidance? So I don't ask. I keep the question inside, where it echoes quietly. I watch us move through routines, like two people who know the choreography perfectly, but no longer hear the music. There's comfort in that familiarity, and also grief. Both can exist at the same time. I miss being emotionally recognized. Not praised. Not adored. Just noticed. The way someone notices. A shift in your tone. A hesitation. A thought you didn't finish. Being unseen by a stranger is easy to accept. Being unseen by the person who once knew you best, that settles deeper. I wonder if this is what happens when two people grow older side by side. Not apart, not away, but inward. We've both changed. Lives have shaped us differently. Losses have rearranged our inner worlds. Maybe we didn't realize we needed to keep reintroducing ourselves. I don't blame them. That would be simpler. Blame creates distance. And distance already exists. Instead, there's confusion, and sadness, and a quiet hope that hasn't fully gone out. Because love, I've learned, doesn't always end with anger. Sometimes it softens. Sometimes it grows quiet. Sometimes it forgets how to speak. I still care deeply. That's what makes the loneliness sharper. If the love were gone, the ache would make sense. But love remains, just without its voice. I don't know whether this distance is a season or a settling. I don't know whether it can be bridged with words or only with patience. I think about all the years we spent learning each other, and I wonder if we stopped learning too soon. Maybe intimacy isn't something you keep. Maybe it's something you have to keep choosing to rebuild. Or maybe this quiet closeness is its own form of love, one I haven't learned how to recognize yet. That's what I'm still trying to understand. So I'll leave this as a question, not an accusation, not a conclusion, just an honest wondering. When love grows quiet in old age, is it a sign of distance, or an invitation to learn how to see each other again?